When you walk, you have an impression of walking the cathedral, you know? It's very inspiring to me.
The Alexandra Bridge has colored the Ottawa skyline for over 120 years. It first opened in 1901, and it was carrying pedestrians, electric streetcars, trains, and even horses and wagons. Now, over 100 years later, the bridge is still carrying pedestrians, but now it's carrying cars and cyclists as well. But the conversation around the bridge has changed. The government of Canada has said that very soon, they're going to demolish the bridge. The bridge means different things to different people. For some, it's just something they pass through on their daily commute. But for others, like Claude Royer, it's so much more. It's a historic marvel. Claude Royer is a retired engineer. He's been living in the National Capital Region for over 30 years. For him, this isn't just any old bridge. Rather, it's indicative of a major moment in Canadian engineering history.
I have always wondered, especially those big...
That this is the first huge infrastructure that got mandated to a Canadian engineering firm. Without exaggerating, we could say that this kick-started the skills and the appeal of using Canadian engineering in large work. It's an important testimony to the Canadian identity and the skills of Canadian.
The Alexandra Bridge is one of the oldest bridges in Canada. It took 4 years to build before opening in 1901. It was originally known as the Interprovincial Bridge, but after a visit from the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and York, it was renamed the Royal Alexandra Bridge.
The bridge is built with a technology that is contemporary to the Eiffel Tower building. So we have the same sort of beams that are built by trellis. What I call trellises is these X's, crosses that are riveted between two pieces of steel to make a larger, more solid beam. So this is a technique that was used on the Eiffel Tower that we find in steel structure of the time, and that's pretty unique.
The cantilever truss, the steel material, and the arch design are all aspects of what make this bridge, the Alexandra Bridge, unique. There are only a few other bridges like it in the entire country. Some examples are the Peace Bridge that connect Fort Erie and Buffalo, and the Routierville Bridge that is in Routierville, Quebec. Now, advocates are also saying that there are some other bridges, that's the High Level Bridge in Edmonton and the Quebec Bridge, that should serve as a blueprint for how to go about repairing bridges like these. Both bridges have been repaired so their life can be extended up until 2100. That's a 75-year extension. These photos are just a small glimpse of the corrosion on the bridge. Years of traffic and salting the roads in the winter has sped up the deterioration. Because of this, it's undergone many repairs. 7 years ago, a replacement cost analysis said it would take $800 million to rebuild the bridge. To repair it would be $200 to $300 million more. The estimated cost of building the Alexandra Bridge the first time around is believed to have been close to $800,000. But then, a fire in 1946 damaged the Quebec side of the bridge, leading to major repairs and the removal of the electric tram lines. The bridge was designated a National Historic Civil Engineering Site in 1995, and then later recognized as a bridge of national historic importance in 2010. In 2019, the Government of Canada mandated Public Services and Procurement Canada to replace the bridge within 10 years. The pre-planning phase kicked off shortly after. What followed was a process of consultations, assessments, and formulating a design for the bridge. Now, in 2025, the Alexandra Bridge project is moving into its next phase. building a new bridge to be completed by 2032.
They're walking a fine line. They were saying, well, it's about to collapse, okay? And yet their plan is, okay, we repair it and then we use it for 3 years, you know, full traffic and all, like if it was not in danger. So there's not an imminent danger at all, at least not what like they initially said.
While Claude is fighting to save the bridge from demolition, some say the option to keep the bridge and maintain it was never even on the table. Florence Lehmann is the president of Bike Ottawa, an advocacy organization that is on the public advisory group for the Alexandra Bridge replacement project. She says minds were already made up.
Keeping the current bridge was never on the table. They had different options that they wanted to talk about, but keeping the bridge was never on the table.
She says that if they're going to build a new one as planned, the project should be more ambitious.
It should be a very ambitious project, regardless of how much it would cost, because you're looking about something that will, last 100 years.
So what will the new bridge look like? The popular model is called Motion, and it's designed by a firm in London, England. The bridge design features a bike lane in between 2 lanes for vehicles and a pedestrian walkway. According to the National Capital Commission website, the design concept is meant to honor the efforts of Indigenous communities for the restoration of traditional habitat of the eel and their respected wisdom and dedication to reconciliation and reconnection to the land. The Alexandra Bridge Coalition has spearheaded a petition that currently has over 3,600 signatures. The English version has 631 names, while the French version has 3,155 names. The coalition has also said that the decision to completely demolish the bridge was made hastily and without comprehensive studies. Claude also believes that Canadian heritage would be lost if the Alexandra Bridge comes down.
Heritage is not just books or history in books, it's also monuments that are present and real, that help people remind them what was done in the past, how their country came about, and therefore their identity as a citizen and of a country and a community. I mean, it's essential to have monuments that are, testimony to our history and show where we came from and where we're going.
In just 3 years' time, the Ottawa skyline could look dramatically different. According to Claude, without government intervention, groups fighting to save the bridge's over 125-year history will be facing an uphill battle. In Ottawa, I'm Tamara Merritt.